not dead yet. Frank finishes him himself.
Yeah. Well, no. All right, you sold me. That makes sense. I was kind of reading the situation. I don't really get this, but no, you got me.
It would have been, this is one of those things where one line of dialogue would have gone so far, even if it didn't reveal what his plan was. He's in reverse shooting. Case is yelling, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Just 10 more seconds. The turn is coming."
Yeah, I'm taking his mind off the road.
Then he turns around. Then he gets it. He shoots out the and then after it happens, like she's like, with her arm over the seat, like leaning back against the door, looking at him, like impressed, like he's learned the track. He's been paying such good attention,
And that scene.
One line could have gone a long way right there.
We need to dub that in, John. Make the cut. Right. Associate producers. And
the MFF cut.
I like. Oh, that'd be awesome. We need that up Deep Blue Sea too. And I like the scene where he finds out that she's been lying to him, and he threatens to pull her ejector seat inside the warehouse. That's a gnarly threat right there.
Right, yeah. Launch her right in, crush her in the ceiling.
But the thing is, you get it. When Case, you realize that, like, Case doesn't care about this guy. She just wants out. Like, this is a new dude. She doesn't care, right?
Well, she couldn't have cared that much about Frank either, because she was willing to screw him over pretty bad.
But I guess that just adds to her... I don't know, looking out for yourself. I dig that. I don't know. I dig it, though. I never was like, oh, how dare her. I'm like, I get it. Like, they're prisoners. It's cool. She killed her cop husband. He's a good cop, bad husband.
Mm-hmm.
This was her first movie role.
Yeah, but you see, people want to assume that he beat her or something. He might have just cheated on her, and she might have just murdered him.
Yeah.
We don't know why she's there. This might not be some innocent thing.
Yeah, maybe she shouldn't have been out of prison. That could just be
because
trouble.
At the end she's pulling a Michelle Rodriguez in like Fast 6 or 7. Or now I don't have to get fat and I can still be a mom. This is so nice or whatever that she was doing at the end, right? Like but like we don't know what she did. She might have tortured her husband to death.
I mean, she's not above having other people die.
She might have been wrong about whatever she thought made him a bad husband. He might have been going out like working extra shifts to try and save up to get them something or to get her something, and she thought that he was two-timing her, so she just blew up his car. Like, we don't know. This could go deep. She was willing to double cross Frank, and he died.
And then she was willing to double cross him again.
And then she was willing to double cross him. Like she.
I love the end, too, where she comes up in her car, and then the music starts blaring, and she gets the other close-up. Like, that had to have been done as a joke, right? I think it's just because you see her getting
out of the car again. Yeah, I think they're just calling back.
Oh, and also, when when Frankenstein had to get out of his car to kill Pachenko, it took him about 10 times because of the way the door opened. It made it impossible for him to look cool stepping out of the car. So they showed him trying to step out of the car to look awesome, and he'd like fumble around just the way the car was set. And he's a very, he was a diver, so the body manipulation, he knows how to hold, and I mean, to be a diver, you got to know how to like position your body. But he couldn't figure out how to get out of this car.
And he's a very adroit martial artist acrobat too. It's like, I mean, yeah, I get it.
And the stunt coordinator on Spy, huge name. I mean, this dude was the stunt coordinator on John Wick 2. I think his name is Perry, his last name, but he also did Haywire. He said that Jason Statham's the best actor he's ever worked with stunts. But Statham had trouble getting out of the car and looking cool. It was a nightmare. It was funny to watch. He's like, ugh.
I'm glad it wasn't me then. Like, what if it was one of us? We're just like stumbling around. We literally fall on our butt.
I can't, trying to get out. Oh man!
And then like after you fall on your butt, you just kind of stare at the camera with this defeated look on your face.
I need a stunt double here. Get somebody in for me. I can't get out of this thing looking cool. But it was fun. It was kind of fun seeing him get flustered on that and kind of watching that. I dug it. But no, man, I'm telling you, this is just you see the effects, you see the explosions. I mean, I guess in the beginning, I don't know, the wife thing. I guess that's not played. How does he get his daughter back?
We're just waving our hands and assuming he did it.
Yeah,
probably. I can't assume it was legally because he broke out of prison and he's in Mexico when we find him, so it's not like he cleared his name. I think he baby snatched. I think that a couple of adopted parents are heartbroken and scared. I'm not trying to soil the ending of the movie here. I'm just saying, like, I think he baby snatched.
And Machine Gun Joe, 70 million people have paid for these streams. He can't go anywhere in the world and be anonymous.
That's I mean,
John just froze. So I've been doing this.
If he just grew some hair. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
If he just grew hair and got, I think that's all. Because if I shaved my head and went to work, a lot of people would just have a moment where they're like, "Who the hell was that down the hall?"
Yeah.
So I think something like that would go a really long way. Of course, up close though, when they see the scars on his cheeks, he'll need to get some plastic surgery for that. That's the real tell.
Oh, you're right. Because he's every single driver that dies, he does it. Oh yeah.
But whatever. They're if they stay in Central America or something, I imagine there was less viewership there, just financially speaking. Maybe that's a good place for him to be.
No, you're right. That's a good point.
But if he grew hair, they're never going to see him dressed the same. They're used to just seeing his face anyway. He gets some money. He wears a suit.
Yeah, no, all right.
That could go a long way. And Jason Statham gets some hair, like in Spy when doesn't he have a wig in one scene in Spy?
And the mustache. Oh my god.
Right, no one would ever know it was him.
I gotta tell you, 2 movies that I really enjoy feature ejector seats and Tyrese. Too Fast, Too Furious, and Death Race.
I love, by the way, that both these guys ended up in Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I just mumbled there, but I like seeing him back. I'm kind of bummed that Statham went off with Johnson. I'd rather see a Shaw and Roman film. That to me would be a lot funnier.
Shaw would hate him. He'd be ragging on him the whole time.
No, okay, so Shaw would hate him. But Roman...
Or not hate him, but he'd be constantly annoyed, I should say. He'd be constantly annoyed by him, right?
Do you think he would respect Roman's abilities?
No, I don't think he respects any of Roman. I'm serious. I don't think he respects any of his abilities.
He even gives Hobbs a ton of crap throughout Hobbs and Shaw, so there's no way Roman's getting anything.
Right.
Except for in Fast Fate of the Furious, where Roman gets off the door and stands up and just guns down 3 snowmobilers like they're nothing.
It looked ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
He looked lucky. He usually, again, like we've said it before, I mean, he's basically Kurt Rustling it. He's failing up when things work out for him.
Yeah, you're right. And he can't even get away with stealing cigar cutters. And Too Fast, Too Furious. All right, so any final thoughts, any notes, anything else you want to chat about in this movie?
It's just such a fun movie. And you know what? I say that about a lot of movies that are dumb. And I meant we called this you called this meat and potatoes. This is not a complex plot at all, but this is not a dumb plot. This is a basic plot that is very smartly delivered, even though it's no highbrow movie, right? And it seems like a dumb theme if you've never seen the movie before. But again, it's this is all executed really well. This is a really fun movie. I'm going to call this. This is a good action movie. It's a good movie.
Yes,
it is. It's enough. We're not putting film with any adjective for this, but it's a good movie. And if people haven't seen this, I challenge you to not enjoy it with a couple friends. Really, I challenge you to not enjoy it. You'd need to try.
I think people try to go into this movie watching it ironically because Paul Anderson did it, Jason Statham. But this, like you said,
yeah.
Paul Anderson knew exactly what he was making. He knew what he was doing. He made a $45 million action film with explosions and cars wrecking and a dreadnought blowing up. I mean, that's what he wanted, and the movie is successful, and the plot is there. We know what the race is. We know aspects of the race. We know it's 3 days. We understand the plot exactly. There's good actors in it, and so this movie does everything to tell you a story, and you understand the story and the aspects in it. That, to me, means it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so bad it's good. It's not oh, man, I'm so surprised it's good. It does what it does, and it's good. It's fun.
And I smile a lot, and I laugh a lot, and I'm never, even though there's eye-rolling content if you just read a script page, I never roll my eyes when I'm seeing it executed on screen.
Yeah, I agree.
It's all done well. It's all done well.
Well, this is the end of our racing series, man. What are your final thoughts about our racing series? Sum it up in 7 words. No, 6 words.
No.
6 words.
No, I just it's been a really here's a new way to use it. It's been a fun ride. It's
Oh, no.
I've revisited a lot of movies other than the new ones. Like I've revisited a lot of movies that I'd probably be content to have remanded to laundry folding or cooking in the kitchen and picking up wherever it was on. And it was really nice to revisit all these movies because a lot of them were, even though I knew that I loved them at one point, I still really appreciate them a lot more than I thought I would. It's nice getting those satisfying revisits.
No, and I got a chance to watch Days of Thunder for the first time ever.
Wow.
During this, I got to revisit Driven, which I remembered loving in 2001. I'll use any excuse I have to watch Ford v Ferrari and Rush. I got to watch Death Race again. I got to learn more about Paul Anderson movies. Speed Racer, I actually grew an even larger appreciation. Since the episode hasn't come out yet, but we'll have when you listen to this, but there's all these articles out now about how Chad Stahelski and David Leitch, the guys who have done John Wick 2, Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, John Wick 3, they learned how to really tell film on Speed Racer. That really influenced their filmmaking. So just all the love around Speed Racer, no, I dig it. This has been a really fun series. So once you're finished with this, if you're a newer listener, go back and listen to our Resident Evil series because we talk about all 6 of the movies. Tons of research, a lot of weird conversations that are very fun. A lot of cheap glass, John, in the first Resident Evil. Mm-hmm. That glass just explodes. But you can hear that conversation there. But this is fun, man. Thanks for recommending this.
Yeah.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for John Frankenstein Levengood, who still has 17 episodes left, I just found a loophole. This is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.